Okay, for this video, you can refer to page 32. Okay, Ministry of Education of Malaysia, textbook biology. Okay, alright. So for human, okay, there are 4 types of tissue. But firstly, I would like to introduce or revise back what is tissue. Okay, tissue is a group of cells. Okay, it's made up of cells that have the same structure and function. Meaning, the cell have same function, same structure. Okay, more than one cells. Okay, so it could be 10 cells or 100 cells. Okay, work together. Okay, so if the 100 cell of the same structure, same function work together, it is called as tissue. Okay. So in human, there are 4 types of tissue that you should know. Okay. First, epithelial tissue. Second, muscle tissue. Third, nerve tissue. And lastly, connective tissue. Okay. I bet you already know about nerve tissue, neuron. Okay, inside your brain, inside your spinal cord, and also muscle tissue. You are quite familiar with muscle tissue. Okay. But maybe you are not familiar with the example of muscle tissue. There are 3 muscle tissues. Do you know? Okay. Alright. So let's look at epithelial tissue. So epithelial tissue are the tissue that covers the outer surface skin and hollow surfaces in body like digestive tract, respiratory tract, covers for lining, okay, for protection. Alright. So sometimes there are special features developed on the surface of epithelial tissue. So like this one, you can see this one is very thick in the mouth and esophagus. This epithelial tissue on the lung look very flat and very thin. This one have some special features on top, on purple one. Okay, this is cilia. Okay, cilia like dia macam berus lah, dia macam unjuran, special unjuran lah untuk trap dust in the trachea and bronchus. This one look like cylinder. Okay, for what? To line the tubule, kidney duct. And this one ada goblet cell. Okay, ada macam bulat tu kan, untuk keluarkan enzyme, for example, in small intestine. Itu epithelial cell ataupun epithelial tissue. Ini muscle tissue ada 3, which are smooth muscle. When we say smooth muscle, awak ingat dia for involuntary activities. Okay, they contract and relax for involuntary activities such as esophagus. Okay, doing peristalsis kan. Okay, so ni dah nama pun smooth. Okay, so you can see this is very smooth looking kan. Okay, second example, skeletal muscle. Okay, skeletal muscle, how does it look like? It looks like this one. Macam ulat, macam earthworm macam tu. Okay, earthworm looking. Itulah skeletal muscle. Skeletal muscle, it is related to skeleton lah for movement. Okay, the skeletal muscle connects with the skeleton or bones to allow movement. Okay, when the skeletal muscle contract and relax, okay, it can move the bone and the limb. Last, cardiac muscle. Ni satu tempat sahaja yang awak boleh jumpa, iaitu heart ataupun jantung. Okay, lupa tak cakap pula. Skeletal muscle untuk voluntary activity, sebab awak nak gerakkan tangan voluntarily kan. Okay, gerakkan kaki nak sepak bola pun voluntarily, under conscious. So skeletal muscle work for voluntary action. Kalau smooth muscle tadi involuntary action. Contohnya awak telan makanan, dari makan tu datang melalui esophagus pergi dekat perut, itu involuntarily, awak tak boleh control. Kalau yang ni tadi skeletal muscle dia boleh control, so dia voluntary action. Cardiac muscle, is it voluntary action or involuntary action? It is found on your heart. Does your heart beat voluntarily or involuntarily? Involuntarily. Okay, so cardiac muscle involved in involuntary action. Okay, tak boleh control. Okay, alright. So how does it look like? It looks like this one. Macam, for me it looks like macam bamboo, buluh kot. If you looking vertically lah. Okay, up to you lah, you nak imagine macam mana. So ada 3 smooth, skeletal and cardiac muscle. Now nerve tissue, yang ni I bet you know already because you took IGCSE, most of you. So I hope you still remember this one. Neuron or nerve cells. Okay, there are 3 types. Ada motor neuron, ada sensory neuron, ada interneuron. Or ada dalam istilah yang lain, you have afferent neuron, interneuron and also efferent neuron. Okay, nerve tissue. I won't talk much about nerve tissue because you already learn in detail. Now come the last type of tissue, connective tissue. The function of connective tissue basically to connect something with something lah. So this tissue is widely distributed all over your body lah. Okay, dan dia ada specialized function. Okay, tak sama lah. Yang the general one is called as loose connective tissue. Basically it connects the epithelial tissue to the tissue below it. Okay, and fixes the organ. So kita tak nak organ tu beralih lah dalam badan awak. Okay, dia fix dekat position dia. Itu loose connective tissue. Okay, now ini fibrous. Bila sebut fibrous, meaning it is made up of fiber lah. Ada collagen fiber. Yang this one, okay, it is found in tendon and ligament. Okay, muscle awak dia nak connect dengan bone kan. So dia perlu melalui satu tissue. Okay, sama juga antara bone dengan bone, dia nak kena connect satu tissue. So there are tendons and ligament that connect the muscle to bone and bone to bone. Okay, this one, ligament connect bone to bone, tendon connect bone to muscle. Okay, that's fibrous tissue. Okay, yang ni awak familiar tapi awak tak tahu dia connective tissue. Blood tissue. Blood is a type of connective tissue. Okay, sebab dia transport oxygen, protection and so on. Bone pun sama. Tulang awak tu ialah connective tissue. Yang ini yang ramai tak suka, adipose tissue. Sebab tugas dia ialah keep fat under the skin. Okay, everybody hope this adipose tissue is never exist kan. Tapi it exists. For what? Okay, apa hikmahnya fat? Keep fat under the skin. Basically it to regulate your body temperature. Okay, insulate your body from cold. For example winter kan. Okay, cartilage. Okay, at the end of the bone, actually there is a thin layer that protect the bone from wearing out lah. So this is cartilage, okay, to prevent the bone from wearing out. Okay, so these are the example of connective tissue. Okay, finish. Tissue in animal.